Hey guys, on today's video, it's a Market Watch update and I hope everyone's paying attention. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. If you're new to my channel and you're somehow finding me out there in the nacho cheese universe of YouTube, well, thanks a lot for checking out my content today. Really hope you guys enjoy it. You can tap that subscribe button to add 3 colorless mana to your mana pool, and I look forward to seeing you guys each and every day as we try to get to 10,000 subscribers. Join in the fun, it's free to do. You know guys, the reserve list market is kind of one of those things. You can notice it. I can go here and say, hey, take a look at that Mox Sapphire. Take a look at that Unlimited Mox Emerald. Ooh, you see them? See them? But after you've seen them and you get excited, they kind of go back into the background. And they sit there. And you forget they're there. You don't realize it anymore. It gets blended in. And something new and amazing and shiny comes in. And you're just wowed. Look! Ragavan! Look! Fetch lands are everywhere! Wow! And of course I hit the microphone. And I'm not saying it's not an awesome product. It is amazing. I love it. But at the same time, I've also come to realize that as awesome as it is, much as I love that set, it hindered me. It stopped me from looking at my beloved reserve list cards and remembering that there are cards I need to buy. The cards I wanted to buy went back into the background, and they shouldn't have. The reserve list, I have to keep reminding myself, and I'm reminding the viewers out there, it's not coming back. There's no reason for it to come back. We've talked about this. It's the gold standard. It's the top dog that Wizards bases everything on. So Wizards is happy printing cards like Modern Horizons. Great sets, good cards. But when I look there, and I go, hey, Ragavan's like 80 bucks Canadian. Probably higher now, actually, I think, since I last looked. But I can get a plateau for 280 bucks, which is like 3 Ragavans roughly. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? 3 modern cards can get me my dual land. Heavily played, mind you. But it can get me a dual land, which I could use inside of a commander deck. A vintage legacy deck. Or to hold in a beautiful binder for a rainy day. Because we all know Ragavan's going to come back around. He'll be printed at some other point. So will all these fetch lands again to keep that price kind of in somewhere in line of where Wizards like their print equity to be. But you can't control that other stuff. Because Wizards isn't making it anymore. Now, granted, Gargoyle's kind of copied with the Marble Gargoyle. I get that. And we've seen, you know, a Jeweled Lotus from Commander Legends, which is kind of like a Black Lotus. It kind of is. But you notice I'm saying kind of and sort of, because they're awesome. They're functional reprints that can be used, but it's still not quite as good as the old nostalgic stuff seeing in that background, is it? Remember, it's there. Most people just forget it's there. The reserve list market has been moving whether you like it or not, whether you've remembered or not. Some of us, including myself, have forgot that there were cards I still want to buy on that list. Before I went jumping into D&D, I really should have been thinking about this market and saying, oh, maybe I'll buy a little bit less, put some of that money aside, and pick up that Mox Diamond that I've been wanting to get. Because it could have happened. I could have done it by now. It would not have been insurmountable to do with the amount of D&D I have purchased. But I really wanted that D&D. I really did. And when I went ahead there, and you see a $4,400 beautiful unlimited Mox. Mox Pearl is amazing. Great card. But remember, at the same time that thing's now $4,400, I paid $700 for that, but I only paid $2,000 for that in August. That's my most recent one. $2,000 Canadian for a heavily played Mox Sapphire, but it's real. Now it's $4,400. How much is that heavily played one now? $5,000? $6,000? Reserve list cards aren't coming back down in price. Certain ones are dropping because it's their first time being bought out. And for those of you who are smart and bought into some of these cards like Soldevi Excavations, right? Soldevi Digger. There are a lot of cards on this list, Anvil of Bogarden, that are not out of reach yet. But where are those cards going to go in 10 years? Can I say for certain that something? No. No, I can't. But the reserve list is the safest thing we have in Magic still from the collectible standpoint of not being reprinted right now. So that's what I'm using as this little basis of stuff. Don't forget the market. When you forget what's going on, when the man puts something in your face and you're not paying attention, that's when things get missed. It happens to me all the time. There are lots of deals I miss out on because I get caught up in a new Magic set, and I do love it, and we all get talking about it, and we get excited. You can't help it, but you can remind yourself sometimes and say, you know what? Got to think about that. When you go ahead here and we take a look at Time Walk. It's a full screen so you guys can see things better. Time Walk back in January of 2021 was around $3,000 for unlimited copy. And now it's $4,000. It's now $4,000. It didn't come back down. It went up on that slight curve and it never came back down. The reserve list market is moving. The whales out there and some of the big buyers out there, they want you to forget about it for now. They want you to forget you need these cards for your commander deck. They want you to forget about Wheel of Fortune. They want these things to drop in value so they can grab it. And that's, I mean, it's understandable. There's no hoopla, no big buying, no big movements. Lots of sales, though. We're just not hearing about them. I mention them to you guys once a week in an update video of some of the cards I'm still covering. But there's no rush to watch, 5 days a week of this stuff, is there? Nobody's that busy looking at it. So I don't do a lot of videos on it, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to remind you about it. When you take a look here, at my Mox Diamond, a card I want to get, and you see it down there and you go, wow, look at that. In January of 2021, this card was around $500, give or take, and it got all the way up to around 800 plus Canadian. It went up about 25% and it never came back down. Can we say the same about modern cards? No. Can we say the same about standard set cards? No. They come up, they get rotated out, they drop in value. Brazen Borrow, anyone? We know those cards are coming back. So it's very hard for somebody to collect them and expect them to hold value. But the reserve list, the market that is the reserve list, is still moving as a steady train. When I look to see how our beautiful Mox Diamond is doing, it's still selling like hotcakes. It has strong sales, daily sales. People just aren't keeping an eye on it the same way. And you guys aren't focused on it the same way because we're all caught up in other things. We're all talking about other things. And that's fine. I just want to remind people today just to keep an eye out on some of that stuff going on. Because you know what? Oh, sorry, wrong one. When you see a Modern Horizons product, that's a dual land. I understand there's 30 packs of Wonder there. But that is the price of a dual land. Because you can go down there, take a look. $280 for a heavily played, $299 for a moderately played tag. You can get them. You can get them. And if you take those cards you got and you wanted to trade them in, you only get, 50, 60 cents on the dollar. But if you just saved your cash, you would get the dual land you're after. I can get that Mox Diamond. And that is the next purchase. D&D is done. I will go very light on other sets till the end of the year until I get that Mox Diamond. Because it's time to refocus. There are cards we need to get. And as these prices do dip ever so much, this is your opportunity and mine to grab some of the cards we want before the whales come in and start snatching stuff up again. Because I guarantee they're doing it now. We're just not noticing. Remember, they like it calm. They like an ocean of calm. The big whales out there just want to be able to sail through, pick up the cards they want, and resell it at a later date, making a lot of money. But I'm here to tell you, you can do it. You can pick up the cards you want. If you skip a box of Modern Horizons 2, you can get that Wheel of Fortune you've been desiring. Look at the reserve list cards. Wait for things to dip. Pick up the key cards like Soul Ring, Wheel of Fortune, cards you know are used. Demonic Tutor, come on. Those type of cards, the ones that will have value that are dipping in price, why not hold on to a few of them? You know they're going to go up. Don't cheat yourself of the opportunity to make more money later on. Or if you've always wanted a card for a deck, this is the chance to afford it. Because the whales don't want you to know. They don't, remember, they don't want flashy things in front of you right now. They know you're preoccupied. But I'm here to remind you, you can get that stuff. You can have those reserve list cards you want. You just got to save up, maybe skip a thing or two. All right, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. This is MTG Mox, man. I do look forward to seeing all of you guys tomorrow, man. every single one of you every day. You know I'm going to answer back in the comments section. I look forward to seeing those comments every day. And if you're new to my channel, you somehow found me and you subscribed and you tap the subscribe button to add 3 colorless mana to your mana pool, welcome aboard as well. Glad to have you here. Guys, have a great one. Hey, we'll be at 10K in no time. Cheers, guys. See you tomorrow. Hey guys, big shout out to all my patrons out there. Thanks a lot for tuning in, all my awesome patrons. Thanks for supporting the channel and its continued growth and development. You guys are some seriously awesome people, and I look forward to seeing you each and every day. Guys, rock on. See you tomorrow. I don't know. Useless talents. We all have some. Yeah!